I would slip on this floor.
Yeah, it looks real slick, doesn't it?
I would slip so bad. There's a
And they've got
fucking
water
pool
in
of
here.
water. I would fall into the pool of water like Michael Scott.
It's just... You're walking next to Spock for this very important diplomatic meeting, and then you just face plant into the fountain.
Apology is in order.
Spock pushed me. Spock pushed me in here.
It's funnier if the doors open and it is Spock. This is the one to trip, where he's just like, oh fuck, shit, and he falls over. Like, that's just pure comedy.
I should have known you couldn't be trusted when you sided with the Illyrians.
It's a little wet in here.
Your
A little moist.
intentions have been clear from the start.
He has to give the rest of this important diplomatic mission while being completely
I take full
soaked.
responsibility for my actions, which were entirely my own, not the Federation's.
How noble.
The
Your
black
Majesty,
mold
if I may.
situation in
Her
this room
actions
has got to
nearly
be
caused a war.
I
not
was
good.
addressing the Queen.
Galvin speaks for the Hotari now.
Fortunately, we were able to resolve this ourselves despite your interference. The Illyrians have agreed the mines will remain under Hotari control.
We now recognize the Hotari as the sole authority in this region. Your
I take it
presence
they
here
are
is
brain
no longer
people.
necessary.
So you can
You're being
consider
played.
the resolve.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. What did they do to you?
They convinced us that this was the best deal we were going to get.
I thank you for coming. But the sooner the Federation leaves, the better.
The hell we will.
Captain,
What about my crew trapped aboard that ship? Or what you did to my security team? The data you stole?
There is something a little gamery about having this, like, giant stone temple government building with a throne in a very sort of, like, futuristic but old school setup. And then this guy's got, like, a metal helmet with, like, a 1980s ski visor.
That you would show up and render judgment in this petty dispute over precious resources between lesser people. But instead, your arrogance and self-interest was your undoing. Blinding you to
Like,
the
just
real
beyond this
power
stone
of you.
masonry building, there's, like, a plastics factory
Feeble
where they make transitions lenses and
Enough of
shit.
this
Like,
nonsense. You're not fooling anyone.
Where's the snack
know
cart? You know
you're
what
to
I mean?
come.
Like, is there like a popcorn, some fucking pretzels? Like, where did how?
Well, they had one, but it slipped and fell into the fountain.
A word
Do I need a mobile order? Is that what the situation is?
at the height of
They don't accept in-person orders anymore. You have to use the app.
of thousands of
Oh,
light
man.
years and trillions of Draconians.
An empire that encompassed what is now considered.
Yeah, so they've all been brain slugged.
Was once ours, so it feels only right.
Question that then you have is, like, were they always, or did that happen between the first time we were here and now?
The first of many.
I feel like it had to have happened between the first time we were here and now, but also it feels like a weird juke in the
Do you
narrative
realize this will never
that isn't...
the Federation?
Like, you set up this
Yeah.
really traditionally Star Trek plot of, right, like, the Federation is there, it's a delicate diplomatic mission, you have a traditionally disadvantaged minority group that is being abused by a powerful group, but we can't just tell the powerful group to fuck off because they've got financial dealings with the Federation, so it's a very, and we don't want to kick off a war between these two groups, and we also don't want to kick off a war ourselves, so it's a very delicate situation, let's handle it with baby gloves, and now at this point, they're all evil, they're all the bad guys, every single person in charge is an asshole, let's go to war.
A federation of
Yeah, you've kind of hit on a criticism I generally have of this story,
superior entity.
which I can't go into further information, like to further details yet, because it's still spoilers ahead. But we know this guy was always Takan because he's like one of the ones who found it originally.
Choice.
But like, was the Queen at Takan when we first met her? It seems weird that they'd keep up that whole pretense. What is this? You can crouch walk.
It's a video game crouch walk. Like,
Seize them.
he's telegraphing sneaky to other people more than actually being sneaky.
Yeah, like,
Rydick to Resolute. Beam us out.
This combat system sucks so bad.
oh, there's not gonna be
dude.
combat here, thank God.
Well, and I would even say in the earlier sections that we were looking at, where there was like
You ever done something
cover-based shooter for some fucking reason.
yeah.
Combat?
It's so bad
Infiltrated
because
enemy
when something
strongholds?
like this happens in Mass Effect, you're like,
I once spent
fuck
6
yeah,
days
motherfuckers.
crawling through sewers.
I've got like 10
Citadel
droids. I'm gonna get
Citadel.
you. But like here,
That's
it's
just
like,
one of
I
many
guess I
campaigns
hope
I've
my
seen.
next diplomatic
My dress
envoy works
uniform
out
is
better.
Well decorated. I can assure you of that.
I'm glad we're here with you.
There
need
needs
your
to
kind
be
of
more
experience.
punching, is what I'm
Say you
saying.
do. And I'll be glad to have
Do you remember how
Tusker with us.
the melee
Walk
in
shoulder to
Mass
shoulder
Effect
with
1
me
though
in
was
that
this like weird
So you're
like
pretty close, huh?
Bro.
you'd slap him with your gun.
A daughter.
Bro, it was so good. And then if
saved
you
my
also
life.
had psychic
She's more
powers,
than
you
just
just
a
be like,
comrade
pop
in
them up,
arms.
run over them, punch them, pop them up, run over them, punch them.
Don't
It was
worry.
amazing.
We'll get her and the others free.
I'll worry less when that's been done. But once we have my comrades,
Fortunately, there is going to be combat in this segment, so
our fleet
Yeah.
will catch up to us.
I don't know if that's actually going to happen right now or, but I think it is.
I mean, they've all got guns drawn.
Is this the artillery platform?
Yeah, no, okay. This is
This is
it.
the power distribution for the forward armament cluster.
Ah, they're all just chilling.
There was combat here. Disruptor burns on the walls. Signs of a grenade detonation.
I can see why they're trapped in there. But that's gonna be just as hard for us to cross.
We'll need to
Open the
find a way
airlock.
to get in there and shut down the power. The distribution conduit.
It's not gonna suck the electricity out of live wires.
Is there any way to power
Each
You know,
circuit has a control panel.
So, there's an idea somewhere.
The magneto banks.
Track connections between the power
He's still
lines and the control
workshopping.
panels. I should be able to.
I don't see you coming up with any ideas.
We'll get the door open.
I'm not the ideas guy. I'm Borg.
I like how each of those doors has to weigh like 4 tons, and she's just casually.
This looks like the inside of a vault.
It's
It's a space
interesting-
vault.
It's interesting to me because like the door thing is interesting to me because like they're trying to sell military hardware here, right? This is big engineering, metal everywhere. But part of the reason that like Star Trek doors like that work in Star Trek is that everything is sort of this like light plastic material where you believe that someone could just shove it open.
But it is deeply comical when they I want to go around this way. When they do try to show those things as being like heavy, like Mumbles, you know what I'm talking about? The fucking one where Worf gets the thing that falls on him. That little
my
like
God, he'll
blue,
get, like, one
blue
beam and
plastic
fucking fall on him.
barrel.
Oh my god.
It
Or the
breaks his
time
spine.
fucking, I think, was it Lore that fucking threw a blue barrel at Wesley Crusher? And it
Oh,
was
yeah.
amazing.
Are you prepared for the death you've earned, little man?
Yeah.
There are a couple good episodes in the first season.
Was that first season?
Yeah,
how
that
did
was
I-
season 1.
No fucking way, dude. That means I went back and watched it because I love Brent Spiner so very much. I watched that episode for him.
It is like him kind of showing off that he does have acting chops, though. Like with how different
Yes.
Lore is from Data, and then it just turns out the Lore is basically just Brent Spiner being normal.
Right, and then he does the creator of Data and Lore. That's also him.
Yeah.
Like he's just so good. And then later in Picard, he plays like the creator of
Yeah.
Lore's like nephew or some shit.
It's such a like it became a running joke in Picard that he like that all Soongs just look exactly the same, and they're all just played by Brent
There's a
Spiner.
lot of collateral damage out here.
They'd backed us into a corner.
We did that.
Brent
to drive
Spiner's
them
one of
out.
those guys
Put
that
some
looks
space between
nice,
us
but
and
he's
the
not. He's not nice. Don't let him fool you. He's not a nice guy.
I think they've given up on capture.
I want there to be a baby soon somewhere in some Picard episode, and they just superimpose Brent Spiner's face onto the baby body.
Oh my god.
Don't even have him shave, he's just got like full stubble, it's just Brent Spiner.
Go! Go! Behind us!
Remember that episode where Data grew a beard?
Just for fun.
Did he?
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, there was one episode as a gag, I think. A pre-credits teaser gag.
He's like, I don't know, maybe this is cool.
Yeah.
The episode where he dates that chick is one of the funniest episodes. If you want to know what Brent Spiner can do, watch the episode where Data dates some chick. It is so amazing.
Is this a boss fight, or is this a you have to keep his health up fight?
Nah, this is a UFU keep his health.
Go, Federation! You take the lead. We'll keep them busy.
I don't want to relitigate things we've talked about 13 million times.
But you will anyway.
Well, what do you think about the combat in this game, Chris? Tell us.
No, it's worse than that. First of all, I haven't seen the combat. This is the first time I'm seeing the combat, so I haven't.
Oh, that's
I
right.
haven't
You weren't
litigated that
there.
at all. But what I was going to litigate is you have me looking up Data's beard, and now I'm on Memory Alpha, and I am again reminded, why is Memory Alpha in past tense? It makes sense on Star Wars, I get it. Why is Memory Alpha in past tense?
Yeah. One of those style things that I don't really agree with them, but...
But it takes place in the future, so that means everything has to be the future tense.
Will be. I like that.
The Enterprise D will be.
Bros, no.
You can't use future tense because there's stuff that is happening that happened last year, this year. Whenever in Deep Space Nine when they visit the slums of San Francisco in the pre-fall era.
Oh yeah.
So that's stuff that will
2024.
happen, but is happening or has happened.
Yeah, I wanted there to be like an alternate ending of Picard Season 2 where they just hang out for like 2 months and then hitch a ride with Cisco and crew. I can't shoot the damn barrels because there's too many people in front of them. Ah, the end! Whoa,
Okay, you know, I will say this.
Story mode. Hang on. No. We don't need to...
Modes?
Am I not able to... No, that's like a thing about... Alright, well, whatever.
Fall back! Hold them back! We can't let them reach the stairs!
I guess
Okay,
I'm
it is
just
2024.
Yeah, it's like August 2024.
So is that the point at which we break timeline-wise? I don't think... Do they have any other canon events from before then?
They mentioned the Irish reunification of 2024. So that's a thing to be
still got
looking out
time.
for.
We'll have time.
Why are there so many of them? What the fuck?
Come on, hurry!
No!
You know, as a, like...
No!
As a rescue mission, this is not going so great.
Must live to fight.
Was she literally the only one we rescued? No, okay, there's a couple more. Oh yeah, look, our rescue mission where we went and got 12 people and then saved 4 of them.
We let the enemy take them. Hadri and Private Turo.
They weren't the only ones. But if we hadn't, It would have been all of us. I'll have to live with that. And
How many of these are sleeper
I'll
cell
answer for
agents?
it when I die. It's not the Illidian way to leave one of our own behind. It's a sin to do so.
Say I know what it's like.
Lost people.
Oh, that's a little bit more.
It's not easy.
I just...
Makes it worse is that when we were in there,
I saw my friend with a giant hole in his chest an hour ago.
to fight, and we all agreed.
My girlfriend.
We said
My girlfriend turned into a maniac and
others
tried to
wouldn't
kill me.
stop. We'd keep going, make our way to the bridge. They died so we could fight on.
Are her eyebrows painted on?
They want to steal their bodies.
It's so
No,
she
that-
can communicate better with the humans.
The Khan knows everything the host knows.
It's a fucking Mass Effect reference, Campster.
They know we're heading to the
I don't...
bridge.
I believe you?
Are we talking
Liara.
about
Liara.
sorry.
Liara.
Like, is it an attempt to cover up, like,
I'll finish this.
bad art design choices where they gave her eyebrows, but then the plot says she doesn't have any hair, and so they had to, like...
That's a great
Come up-
question, actually.
How did it go?
I don't know.
You look exhausted.
It was a total
To
disaster.
be honest,
Take me
it
to
was
the
a total
dolphin tank.
disaster.
I'm sad.
True. I heard a rumor that they'd made a deal, that the Illidians agreed to peace. After what we saw Sidron do to the diplomat in the mines, I could hardly believe there was hope, but then... Is that true?
I'm trying to remember where the whales factor into all the Star Trek stuff.
I'm afraid the truth is far
my
worse
God.
than that.
Like,
There's
you mean
no
the
deal.
movie, or...
Well, just like, they had to go back in time to the 80s to save some whales, and I'm trying to figure out, like, where the whales are on the ship that power everything.
Everyone.
Oh, they're in big water tanks. They don't power stuff. They apparently are
literally-
involved in navigation.
There's not whales on the ship. There's dolphins on the ship.
Where will I go? I can't go back.
I can't tell
could
which
be
of us is
whales,
making
I
stuff
mean.
up.
I
No, neither
am
of
It's
not.
gone.
There are literal dolphins on most of Starfleet's fucking ships. I wish I was
Atari isn't
making it
lost
up.
yet.
I'm...
This is far.
Wait,
No,
so, like,
yeah,
every-
that's true.
It'll
Yes.
be your home again.
Every time the ships blow up, a dolphin dies?
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Well, that is really depressing.
they're-
now.
Stands
At
out.
least
They're
one.
You
sapient.
have to doubt it for a
They're
second.
sapient, and that was established in Star Trek 4 actually, that like,
you on the
oh,
bridge.
whales are intelligent like creatures like that are capable, that have intelligence on par with humans, and I guess they're members of Starfleet. So,
Not the fucking whales, the dolphin.
well, the whales were the ones that were established as like having
Not for the
intelligence
Ocularian plans.
on
But
the same
dolphins
level
are
as
also
humans.
on
Advisor
the
was
crew.
thus the doctor
Dolphins are on
Yeah.
the crew.
We've got an Illidian
Most
ship,
of them are in
the Vescar,
engineering or
rapidly
medical.
bearing down on our position.
Or what was the Vesca?
That is a,
Now I'm
what
not
if the
so sure.
chief medical officer of the ship was a dolphin?
600 kilometers in closing.
That sounds
Like-
amazing.
Coming straight for us.
Has to use like robotic hands for surgery.
Commander?
Have you tried hailing them?
Try it.
Hailing the Illidian ship now. No response.
400 kilometers in closing.
Shields up. Ready phasers.
Shields up. Phasers ready.
Oh, but Durgan has a visor now.
Lock phasers and open fire.
Why is she back at work?
She got the new eyeballs.
Bypassed our shields entirely.
I would take a break.
Damn it, return fire. Everything we've got.
You think even with the
Get us any
power of future technology, there would simply be like a limit to how fast the human body can adapt to implants and heal?
I would hang out in the botany area for a bit. Botanical garden
Doesn't make sense.
that they have on the ship.
Try another.
It feels like it's been less than 24 hours, which is aggressive.
Take some time off.
We've got incoming. How do they keep matching
Like,
our shield
Geordi had
frequency?
serious sadness about, like, never being able to see a sunrise, and you think she'd be able to, like, have to come to terms with that. Like, her entire sensory perception has been changed for the rest of her life. But, like, no, she's got to go back to work, man.
Out cold.
They've got someone else on the ship that could do her job. Like, not to be rude, but most of us have jobs that other
Why'd they
people can
stop?
do.
Damage report.
So I'm pretty sure on a Star Trek, someone else can be on the bridge besides her. She should be able to take some disability leave, is what I'm saying.
Completely vulnerable.
I've seen Josh operate these computers. It's just wiggling the right stick.
It's Galvin.
Thanks, Chris.
On screen.
Commander Rydak, where's your captain? Not dead, I hope.
Where is the captain?
At least, not yet.
He fell over.
Sorry to disappoint you, but he's alive and well.
Good. I wouldn't want him to miss out on any of this. I have to give you credit, Commander. You survived longer than I thought you would. But make no mistake, your shields are useless, your weapons ineffective.
Are we going to lead them into a nebula?
I could destroy you.
I don't think there's a nebula around here.
Wasn't there a storm?
Please, for mercy.
That went away when the Cartabula left.
Your existence is entirely in my hands.
Alright, do we want to tell him off? Try to argue that we're better off?
Yeah, we're worth more to you
alive. Alright.
It's entirely possible you could destroy us. But the truth is, we're worth more to you alive than dead. Better if we report back to Starfleet about the power of Taconian technology and the futility of fighting it.
There might be value in that. I've been thinking about what you said, Commander. That the Federation would stop me no matter what. Your performance in this encounter has not supported that claim.
No.
The Veskar's weapons are powering up.
He's having a sad.
Anyway, I told you there'd be crystals.
You know, I'll give it
this.
this.
That ship's not supposed to have crystals, but now it does.
I'll give it this. It doesn't look like any other ship I've seen in Star Trek.
Savages.
I don't really like it, but it looks unique. I'll give it that.
Sorry, the close-ups were kind of unintentionally comical there.
So I've decided to let you live. Because there's merit to the idea you're worth more to me alive.
Okay, I guess the subtitle doesn't work there. That's
Tell
cool.
your Federation that Takan are as merciful as they are powerful. That you were fortunate to escape with your lives.
This isn't over.
I assure you, we've only just begun.
You know, you would think they would fix their, like, communication tech.
So it doesn't flash like that? Yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
Just like before.
I mean, I don't want to be cynical, but it does almost feel like they ran out of time to come up with like a nice heads up, turn on, turn off. And I don't think Star Trek gives any good examples.
It feels like such a small thing to do.
Impulse power is at 67%.
Well, does Star Trek have any good examples of it? Because normally it's just like on screen, and then the camera cuts, and by the time the camera cuts, it's there.